So we're gonna talk about some on-body carry,
Off-body carry.
It's debatable. It's all relative. I mean, it is weird to me how off-body and on-body, because like I understand why approach is off-body. Fanny pack?
I see well, it's easy to take off. You can take it off. I think off-body carry is anything that you can carry on your body, easily be taken off without somebody knowing you're taking off a gun. Whereas if you have an IWB holster and you pull that out, it's kind of obvious.
Okay. We'll give it that. That's fair. I mean, but I will say that purse is definitely off-body, but I will say it's like a gray area to me for like.
I'll give you that.
So, but yeah, all right. So it is still considered off-body, I think, by the masses.
But you're not just looking at fanny packs though. You're looking at also filling out with some other stuff.
No, I'm just kidding. So it's going to be kind of a spoiler episode. But we got some stuff coming, and the 4 people that will listen to this will know what's coming. And then
who's the third person?
We gotta leave a
4th person.
We gotta leave a little mystery out there. You know, there's somebody out there who stumble across it. But no,
Workman. That's it.
He's the third person. It's me, you, and the work.
Yeah,
Joe's here too. We got Joe. He's forced to listen to because he's here. He didn't count. So anyway, we're gonna do like everybody else. It seems like we're gonna have a fanny pack of our own. I'm not gonna get into too much of the features because I don't want this to come out and then it take us an extra month or 2 to get this thing out, or it changes. So because we don't, we're still in the R&D phase, making sure everything works right. But we're going to do fanny pack. We're also working on let's just say chest rig. We're going to have a couple iterations of the chest rig. Some of it just be for magazines. Some of it have some admin style pouches, stuff like that. But
we're also kind of looking at chest rig, so like to wear for more like running or activities, right? Not just
active chest rigs. I don't give up too much because I don't want anybody faster in their R&D, more nimble than we are. But no, yeah.
Harry's Holsters is launching.
Yeah. You definitely. I'm not worried about you. Somebody with an actual sewing machine experience might be like, I'm gonna crank that up. That's a good idea.
I know somebody I can call.
Nah, you don't know anybody. Just kidding. But I know I'm not worried about you because you
know who I would call on. It's not you.
Well, you don't have
the
the
one
time.
Person I don't have the time.
But yeah. So we're definitely considering a lot of things. But one of the main things we want to do is, and I told you, is keep the gun and the holster together. So instead of making a whole separate system or just leaving your gun in there or using like our handgun holder, we want to marry the holster you're already using for on-body carry, actual on-body carry, not the gray on-body carry, and put it all together. And it all goes into the actual fanny pack.
So most of these companies that make products for this, what they have is like a Velcro style holster that's adjustable to your gun, has no real retention. And a lot of people, if you're carrying a gun with off-body carry, you normally want it to be accessible and quick. It's not a gun that's unloaded in your range bag. It is a gun you want loaded and hot, so you need to access it. You can access it quickly and do what you need to do.
Right.
And Velcro is not really safe for that.
No, and like if anything goes around that trigger well, like I want that Kydex security around that trigger well. And so naturally we're not going to make holsters. You already have a holster.
But this is not something just that a Harry's holster could fit in. It's something that
anybody, like
any IWB holster.
Right. Any IWB holster is what we're shooting for.
Maybe not some of the hybrid holsters that have a really wide.
Yeah, we can't say completely universal, but we're going to try. We're going to try to get as many as we can in there. And most of them that are on the market, I will say.
If you've got a taco style IWB holster, which means fold over Kydex, it's going to work.
Yep. So that's, and again, we're going to use the clips that you have to achieve that retention so you can actually draw from this thing. And also for example, if you need to take the fanny pack off, you're not going to want to stop carrying. So you take the holster out entirely and it resumes its function at on-body carry.
So I had a YouTube channel reach out to me and they wanted to review one of the Icon 2.0 holsters. So I sent him a holster and then he did another follow-up video. What he was doing was he likes carrying IWB when he's out and about, but when he's on his motorcycle, due to position ergonomics, he does not want to carry appendix with a gun. So he has a fanny pack, and he's got a way he can discreetly transfer between that fanny pack and carrying IWB. So when he's riding, the gun is still accessible and he can draw it and get it. He's got the fanny pack rigged up somehow. I don't know if he has his wife sew it or what he did, but it's basically what you're describing. And I think there's a lot of applications where people do not carry a gun on them but they want it close at hand and they want the ability to switch out very quickly. And I think your product's going to be great for that.
Yeah. And that's what we're going to try to create. You know, the fanny packs are nice. They really gain in popularity, but it's funny because it's probably going to be one of the few products I make that I don't actually use. Not the, like, fanny pack.
I think I'm going to see a fanny pack within like the next 6 months.
I mean, probably because I'll have to test it. Can't just,
No, I think it's going to become like your thing. I think it's going to be the signature Michael Savage.
He's wrong a lot. If y'all don't know, he's just not right a lot. But, no, I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know, but it could really like it. I keep all my things in here. That's satchel. So, yeah, I don't know. But,
He grew his beard out. He would look a little bit like Alan from the Hangover.
Yeah.
So,
and then we got to go to Vegas every year for shot. So just dress up like Alan. But his was like crossbody.
That would be, yeah. It was a satchel though, wasn't it?
It was a satchel. It was not a first.
Think about it. You walk through SHOT Show like that versus everybody else like Chris Fasta. That would be funny.
Yeah. But I'd have to find out where he bought the drugs from and all that stuff so I could drug up on my friend.
That's why I'm not going to SHOT again.
That's a lie. We'll be there next year. But so, yeah. That's our big focus is the arm body carries, the chest rigs. As far as new product production, we're pretty covered in the bag department. We've got a couple, bags that we are going to do. Of course, we have the redesigned tactical rifle case. Everybody wants that thing. I'm just warning everybody that is listening. That's opportunity expensive. Just fabric costs.
Get the second mortgage on your house, guys. Go ahead. Like, I'm looking at you right now. It's worth it. Go refinance. That have a good credit line, and then you can just pull it off and pay.
It's not that bad, but you could buy it. You could buy a nice handgun for sure.
Or midline AR.
Depends on what the definition of midline is, but yeah,
I've seen the prototypes though. It will be worth it.
It'll be nice, but it'll definitely be different, and it'll be the only thing like it really made in the U.S.
Or overseas, for what I've seen.
Yeah. I mean, I will say the overseas is getting hold of the modular stuff pretty hardcore. But it's understandable because it's a good system. I mean, it's a good way to have things that you want in a bag. We're going to release some new, attachment stuff for the Urban Legend line and a few more Velcro attachments, a few more inserts for the pistol bags. All that stuff's coming. This year is going to be less of a focus on bags. You'll probably see us only drop a handful of actual bags.
Most of that stuff that you've been working on for the last 2 years.
Yeah. Like the tactical rifle case redesign, that's been a year and a half process already. And we are closer. We're definitely closer than we were. But it's got to be right.
I'm going to start posting pictures on Instagram and tagging that old tactical rifle case I have.
You can't
until you get the replacement.
Pretty horrid, but yeah. First of all,
if I start doing that,
can't have that bag. The bag's fine. It's pattern of the color and the camouflage that was used. That was a prototype camouflage that somebody sent us.
He gave you that bag years ago. It's ugly as sin.
Oh my God, it's terrible. It's like
for like the one time a year though, I need a double rifle case.
But like the shade was, even the guy that made the fact, he was like, yeah, the dye came out wrong. I'm like, you think this is purple? Like, surely you didn't try to make purple camouflage. But that's it.
Well, in your defense, the shop got it before you were able to intercept and stop the production of the bag too.
That was a long time ago. Man, that bag's probably 8+ years old.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a lob. And the other pretty hideous too. Anyway, there's one or two of those rolling around out there that people got their hands on. Oh, those are bad. So that camouflage, by the way, this is totally irrelevant. That camouflage got bought up by a unnamed large camouflage company.
Yeah, Mossy Oak, right?
But they did get it, so they got bought by it. So
yeah,
I haven't seen it anywhere since then.
I actually have. There was only a bunch of Kydex holsters.
Well, I hope they fixed. I hope the colorway right now, because it was supposed to be darker. It's like the shadows.
Yeah,
were supposed to be darker.
They made it to where it's more like, multicam black when it originally came out. People want it for holsters, and the way they did the holsters, it was like, look right. No, because it was supposed to function a certain way, not look a certain way. And people want a lot of contrast to get the sexy look, but that's not.
But then it just turned out looking kind of black.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like splotchy black.
Yeah.
Yeah. That isn't. But anyway, moving down that rabbit hole, where we're supposed to.
So, all right. On body carry, or off body carry?
Yes. Oh, back to the back things. We probably will also release because we've had a lot of requests for it, and it is in the works, but a double gun like bronze. So like it'll be a discrete bag, but it'll be a double gun. I'll tell you what the hardest part of that is trying to figure out how to ship it.
Yeah.
It's going to be ridiculously wide. You basically take the rocks and you duplicate it. You split it down the middle with a divider. It won't be quite as deep as the Bronx is now because it can't be, but it's a work in progress. Those are probably the only bags you'll see from this year. You might see a little bit of a lead band from a backpack, and I'm not going to rule out a backpack. That's a lot. It'll be a simple backpack. It'll be like a discrete-ish backpack, and we'll shoot for to hold like a 10.5 folded.
All right. So you're trying to avoid the subject though. So what are you going to do different on the off-body carry stuff?
Well, so, I mean, a lot of people, they just, I'm trying to avoid the subject, but anyway, we don't know, different rabbit hole. A lot of people, we're trying to make them, one, comfortable, and two, and not to say everybody else isn't, but we're really trying to focus on that weapon retention side. That's, to me, like, everybody's making a fanny pack. Nothing wrong with theirs. I'm sure. I don't know. I carry one, so I don't have theirs. But our biggest thing is that weapon retention and really holding that gun in place, but also having that ability to take that gun and go back to on body.
And you're probably also going to make this, I would imagine, multiple sizes because, we were playing around the shop and looking at different. It takes a pretty large fanny pack to carry like a Glock 19.
Yeah. And two, like, how are you going to carry it? So a lot of them I've seen are kind of like angled, and they have to be. But to get a good draw, I mean, you might want more of a 90. So you're going to have to make it a deeper fanny pack to do that.
Well, it's going to be like you did a video recently where you showed your insert because we'll have a Velcro backer. Right. You'll have to work within what the length of your gun is and whatnot. Be able to adjust your cant. Yeah. What you want, what's ergonomics for you on the draw.
And that's exactly what we're looking at on it's the same principle.
Yeah.
Of those inserts in the bag, how the weapon sits up and how the way you cant it and how you want to draw it. That's what we're really focusing on right now. The pockets and stuff that go on the fanny pack, I mean, that's kind of, I mean, nothing. I told you I wasn't going to say that word in the last podcast, but I did. I used the E word. I would say it's more simple to get that nailed down.
The hard part sizing it for the gun and making the ergonomics and also weight distribution. Because carrying an IWB holster, a lot of people think it's less comfortable than carrying OWB, and that depends on the ergonomics of the holster you're using. But the reality is, the further your gun gets away from your body, the more the weight of that gun is using the leverage of gravity to pull away from you. So it feels like you're carrying a lighter gun and you carry it close to you. Yeah. So I assume there's some things we've talked about that you'll try to do to bring that center of gravity close to the body.
Right. And I don't want to give away too much of it because again, somebody could grab it and get to, not that it matters that much, but I don't want to give anybody a leg up when we've been doing the hard work on it. But, I mean, it's not, I'm not going to say it's revolutionary. I think it will be different than anything else in the space, but it's going to use the same, like if anybody thinks about it, once we explain it and show it, they're going to be like, oh, duh. and then I'm sure it'll be duplicated across it, which is fine. I mean, I get it.
It's what happens with products.
Yeah, and they should, because that's what's going to make theirs better. So, I mean,
in turn, you have to.
we got to push it on. So, I mean, it's a constant battle, but it's a good one. Like, it's one that you want to have because you want constant product innovation.
And it just benefits the consumers at the end of the day.
Yeah, it does. It helps I mean, it not only helps the business, but it helps the consumer, because the business is pushing for better. The consumer just benefits in the end. So, I think we'll end up with something solid, but we're not going to rush it. We're going to make sure it's done right and then push it out once it's done right. Because I think, like, this is one of the key products, I think, that the R&D is going to take slightly longer than the production. So, like, once we decide, all right, let's go, our production is going to frankly take. Like, once we're happy with it, because these smaller items are just, they're generally faster to make. Not always, but generally they're a little faster to
There
make.
should be a lot less moving pieces in this than a bag.
Right. Yeah. And the bags take a ton of fabric and raw materials. And then, like, just thinking about running a 42-inch bag, how many stitches are in 42 inches one way, and then you got to do it, you got to do 42 inches by 12 by 42 by 12 again.
One thing I've noticed, because you've had me doing a lot of research for just anything concealment wise. I'm going to geek out, and product ideas go through my head. Like, it annoys you sometimes. They come so fast, but I've been looking at what else is on the market, and I've seen where they've done some good things, done some bad things. I think you've got a lot of room here to really make it improvement, because I feel like a lot of these, with a lot of holsters, straight up, they're made by people who don't carry. You can tell that by looking at the design for a person that carries every single day. And I think these bags is a little bit the same thing. Like, a lot of people want to say they have it, but they don't necessarily use it, and they say it's endorsed by a certain person. That's that stamp of approval. They need to buy it and say they're happy. Mm-hmm. So I think there's a lot of room. I'm excited. I'll probably never carry with a fanny pack, but I like having the option.
Yeah.
For that. And honestly, I might carry with a fanny pack, like at the beach or that sort of thing, to have an option.
Well, and two, like, you can carry it around the waist, and then I've seen a lot of people that can carry across the chest. I don't necessarily know ours will be ideal for across the chest, like crossbody carry. We've got something else in mind for that, but this could work too, probably. So
I'm going to say this. I'm not always the best at it, but when I get in a spell where I'm running a lot, I live in the middle of nowhere. So I just wear an IFBB holster, cinched up shorts, and lightweight wear. But say I was living in an urban area where essentially open carry, I'm going to have like maybe 2 people drive by in the time that I run 3 miles. So it's not an issue for me. But car driven by 55 miles an hour is not concerned about a little grit. But it's nice to be able, I like to run my shirt off in the summer, get some sun, get some more vitamin D. Fanny pack could be a great option here. It's still accessible. It's easy to put on. I might actually be using a fanny pack.
Yeah. It's possible.
Yeah.
Like I said,
I think you will.
I mean, I'm going to have to.
I think your main nickname's going to be the Fanny Pack Savage.
See, this was bad ideas. Like, it's sometimes you see keep it to That's never going to get out.
You need a sticker. I think every fanny pack should come with it that says the Fanny Pack Savage. Like a club.
Oh, you've had worse ideas, because that's an interesting marketing tactic.
Yeah. Hashtag Fanny Pack Savage.
So, full of terrible ideas. Why do we let him in? Like, next time you see him, punch lock. Yeah,
that's actually probably the best stupid idea.
It's kind of like an oxymoron. Oh, wow. That's special. Anyway, let's go from here. Savage. Can't take you anywhere.
So what about chest rigs and stuff?
So the chest rigs, there's going to be the obvious. And again, these are one of these things that I tell you, like, sometimes there's only so much you can do, but we want to add them to our product line. One, because they can be interchangeable in our bags. Because of the way we're going to design them, we'll have the hook and loop Velcro interaction with the be able to put it on the bag. And two, you can wear it as a chest rig and then throw it on, wear it as a chest rig with your magazines. There'll be a magazine carrier. There's another rig coming that I don't want to get too far into it just because it's super early stages and it's probably a little too early to even talk about. That one will be cool. We're experimenting with the back part of it now, like the actual holding part of it.
The harness system.
Yeah. I don't know why I was having a brain fart, but thanks. That was better than the previous.
I don't know. I like the Apex Savage.
It's one of us. But yeah. So that's the biggest thing right now is just nailing the harness system. The front, once we get that harness nailed down, and I think we may even we're experimenting with other people's harness systems, and we may marry the two together and just OEM it from them. That's an option. So, because I think, there's a couple of companies out there that the harness system is solid. So we're going to test them on our front product and we might use their back. So, yeah, anything's that's good.
But yeah, so chest rigs, they really don't have a lot of place for me because you look at civilian preparedness, and I look at situations where I've been in where, what do I need? I've got a full on multicam plate carrier. I've never trained with it. And I don't really foresee a situation where I'll use it. So what I did is I went and bought a low profile plate carrier that I could wear under something like this would probably crack for a little bit, but I could throw a button down shirt on over it. And got my level 4 plates on. I've got protection, but nobody that's not looking super flux is going to know that I have a plate carrier and have that ballistic protection on.
Right.
I think that makes a lot more sense for the civilian application. Most of the chest rigs out there look tactical as crap. And I do think there's kind of this outdoor space where maybe you could sneak in there and design something that looks a little more like hiker dad walking around.
Well, and two, when we talk about chest rigs, we're not talking about ballistic, we're not talking
plate research.
We're talking about chest rigs, just you're carrying items up here on your chest that you can get to and use easier. So yeah, I do think, and then we talked about this the other day. We both agree that there's a way to make it more concealed, but it's going to be very hard to nail that.
Yeah.
And to get that nailed down, it will be tough because when you see somebody carrying somebody on their chest, it's not like a baby carrier. I'm automatically thinking tactical, but then again, it's
there is an outdoor element if you can hit the design right.
Right.
And it's kind of the thing. If I see somebody carrying a Vertex bag, I'm like, that's a gun guy. There's a 99.9% chance gun guy off certain logos. If you see a guy wearing a Black Rifle Coffee t-shirt, straight arms. Yeah.
They're not
front here. Yeah.
You're not trying to look off your guns.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
Maybe they got a free t-shirt.
Yeah. Strongly disagree.
But, it's coming up with a product me. I don't wear branded clothing, that sort of thing. I have a concealment cover. It'd be stupid, I feel like, to have a Harry's Holsters t-shirt that had Harry's Holsters on because what's that? Anybody knows what a holster is? Oh, that dude's probably carrying a gun, which kind of defeats the point
of being
concealment.
Yeah.
So I like the idea of a product that can allow somebody to be prepared and ready. And also a product, I think most will look like dads and kids. It's because more of my friends are starting to have babies and that sort of thing. You start seeing people change, but there's a certain practice. I'm imagining somebody with a freaking water bottle and some granola bars or something in your chest rig.
Yeah, then that's more or less on you how you present it. It's not necessarily the design of the rig itself.
Yeah,
but that's more or less how you present the rig itself.
You design a rig that could be worked that way and doesn't look like tactical trying to be super dad. I think it could be an option.
There's a way to do it. Like you said, it's just, you're going to have to put in a lot of effort to nail it.
Yeah. And I think you guys are going to do it.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm excited to see it.
Let's see. So, well, I think, wrap it up.
Yeah. If you guys are excited for this Fanny Pack Savage, then we'll let him know.
He's not posting this podcast out. There's no way. But anyway. So anyway, we will have a fanny pack in the near future. Maybe with the fanny pack Savage stickers. Probably not. I don't know, maybe.
It's growing on them.
It's not growing on me. It's not growing on me, but I feel pressured now. I feel a lot of peer pressure to make this happen. So anyway, please don't use that hat.
If you get
It'll get shadow banned anyway.
if you get a fanny pack Savage tattoo,
I'm not doing it.
Lynx Defense bags for life.
No, don't do that. It's a terrible idea. For the 4 people listening, Joe, don't do it. No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up and we will be back next month. Hopefully, product launch. I'm sitting there. We'll see. Not fanny pack Savage product launch. There you go. Thanks.